Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Smashing Skull Sessions. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome three members from French band Silent Whale Becomes a Dream to the show. I have Sylvain, Mika, and Damian. Guys, you're so welcome. Thanks for taking the time out to have a chat with me.
Thanks for your invitation.
But I'm really happy to be there tonight with you.
Great stuff. I suppose just to give people an idea, those of you who don't know who Silent Whale Becomes a Dream are, I suppose you play this emotive, sometimes dark, instrumental post-rock music that has these big, intense orchestral finishes and big crescendos. It brings in everything really within musical genres. You know, there seems to be no limit to your music, which is a brilliant thing. So would you agree in that? There's no real pigeonholing your sound. It's just a vast sound. Mika?
I think Damian and me met Sylvain years ago, and so we also saw a little bit the building up, artistic building up from Sylvain, and Sylvain is really not answering to never really answered to a direction in terms of genre, of gender, of music, and just really the research of creating an emotion, which is the most authentic possible, the rawest possible.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, Mika, isn't it? That moment. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Creating that atmosphere and that emotion in the music. I mean, that's what attracts people to your sound and to what you create.
We think that this is this moment of this accidental moment also sometimes of music, that this balance sometimes that comes to trigger something for people.
Exactly. I suppose before we even go into your music, I'd like to ask where the band name came from, guys. Silent Whale Becomes a Dream is not your regular band name. So can you give me some insight into it? How it was originated, Sylvain?
Yeah, it's like for me, it's just a pretty good sentence, and I think it's like the title of a novel. It's like the title of the story we want to talk about, and it's maybe like a program or something like that, you know. But not a real mean.
No, yeah.
You can hear what you want.
Exactly. You can interpret to however you feel, can't you? And was it you, Sylvain, who came up with the name? Seeing as Mika said you can talk about it.
About what? Excuse me.
Creating the name. Was it was it you created it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I create the name like we create the music.
Yes.
With sound we love, with music we love, to search about emotion.
Yeah, because I suppose I was just looking at your biography on Bandcamp, and you know, there was a paragraph that sort of said it all. Really, it said, "We want to tell you minimalist and deep stories about the infinite sky over your head, about the harsh ground under your feet, as promising and frightening as the vast ocean right in front of you." Like, guys, that says it all, doesn't it? I mean, you're covering everything: the earth, the sea, the sky, no limits. Am I right?
Yeah. yeah.
Did you write that, Sylvain? Did you?
I don't know. I don't know if we don't have limits, but we try to think we don't.
Yeah. So, Damian, can I ask you, maybe, did you always have an idea of where this band was going? That the sound that you had, was it the plan, or is it something that just grew?
That's a good question.
No, I think for the name, I think it's a perfect photography for for the whale because we need to take a lot of time under the water, and and sometimes we need to get out of the water, and it's really it's a really faster moment. But we try to play really with really intensity and honestly.
Yeah. And I think that does show in your sound. Like, I mean, it is honest and it is sincere, the music you create, you know. Like, I think we touched on this before we came on. You seem to become one of these sort of enigmatic bands, one of these cult status bands, you know. People speak of Silent Whale, but know nothing about you. Do you know what I mean? You seem to keep to yourselves. Is that true?
I don't. I think there is the parallel that Damian just did for the whales with I don't know. At least for me, maybe for Sylvain, for Damian, we can experiment things differently, but we all also live in a world where the communication took such a place that it became embarrassing at one point to communicate about something else than our music.
Okay.
So I don't know if that was a conscious choice, but on the building up of the adventure, at certain moments we also chose not to make some choices that are commonly made by band. Yeah. Also because we agreed more also with the fact that we are extremely simple people. We grew up in simple places where the simplicity also is in the center of everything. And so how to place ourselves above the musical experience of the whale, we chose not to. We chose not to, I think, and to put the whale all the time on what we wanted to say or to express.
Yeah. We didn't decide to not communicate. It's just like that, and the result is maybe the good for us. But with Elusive, maybe with Elusive and these guys, maybe Silent communicated maybe more.
Okay, I think as you mentioned, Elusive, like they were the perfect fit. Yeah. For Silent Whale. I mean, you could not ask for a record label and a band so perfect to come together, you know. Who approached who and how did that come about?
If I remember, Sylvain, tell me if it's not that, but I think we received a message from Peter.
Yep.
And he told us that with Elusive they wanted to work with them, with us we just talked with Sylvain about this collaboration and on the paper that was just perfect for us.
Yeah. You would agree, Sylvain? Elusive was the only choice. Yeah.
It was the perfect meeting. We were label-less. we at the beginning of the band we worked with another label in France.
Okay.
Called Arbuz Recording. And we released the Canopy with him. It's a guy.
Yeah.
And it was the end of our collaboration, and Elusive came at this time.
Okay.
And it was like I said to you, it was like a dream for us because with those guys we don't have to explain what we want to do. They know maybe better than us what to do with our music.
They understand Silent Whale, don't they? They understand you as a band, and they obviously understand your music. I mean,
I think.
You only have to look at the roster, the bands that they have. You know, they're all artistically brilliant, including yourselves. So I mean, it's just a match made in heaven, almost. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, and on the question of this, the question of the scale, also, I would say it's really like people that are really taking time to do things, and that are not necessarily following the tendency of growing up. And that I think I think they have been touched by the music of Silent. And we have been touched also by the way they wanted to do things. It was really a big mutuality on this.
And just like us, they have jobs. It's like a second life. For us to manage this label, and as for us, so it's another thing we have in common.
Damian, did you want to add to that?
I just would like to say Silent Well, since the beginning, is a friendship story. I know Michael since maybe 30 years, and Sylvain maybe 25 years.
Wow! Okay.
So it's a really long story, and during the process and all during since the beginning of the story, a lot of people was
at an intervention.
On Silent.
Okay.
There is Cyril with our Arbuz recording. There is Christophe, a first guitarist in Silent Well. After that, Etienne. So a lot of people who gravitate around the whale.
As we love to say, went on the back of the whale for part of the trip.
Okay. Like there's a lot of people part of Silent Whale that are not there at the moment. Is that what you're saying? There's a lot of people have had an input in the band.
That has been really good. Sorry, but yeah.
No, sorry. Go ahead, Mika.
No, exactly. They're really a human story. So also following the movements of lives. I would say plural.
I see this. It's one of those things, isn't it? People seem to forget that everybody has a life outside of music and outside of creating music. I mean, everyone has to have a job. Everyone has to survive. So people wonder, are the bands still together? Are they making music? But life comes first, I suppose, does it? Regular life.
It's dominant, at least. Comes first. Now, of course, we are Sylvain, Damian, and me. We are happy married, happy fathers. So that's also a beautiful way of experimenting emotions, also. And I think we need this also to feed. To feed what is silent. Also, we are touched by life. Sometimes we would like to make more music. That's for sure.
Exactly. Something's just aren't possible, really, are they? Tell me, guys, I suppose I want to start with Canopy, the album, right? I was doing a bit of research on it, and I'm finding two different years, 2009 and 2011. What year was it first released, the album?
I think
that was the first homemade release.
Yes.
Yeah.
In 2009, am I right?
Yep.
Okay.
And in 2011, this is the Arbuz recording release.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me, when you look back at that album, do you look back fondly at how it was created? Was it a tough time, or was it easy?
It wasn't easy.
Who said that?
Super.
Yeah, like I said, in my head, this is the all our stuff is the same movement. So when I look back, yeah, in kind of sound of how we have made thing and so on. No, it's okay. It isn't hard for me to listen Canopy.
Yes.
So just for that, it's good.
I think Canopy has aged so well. The album, it's ageless. Some albums can come and go, and you listen back 10 years later, and you say, maybe not so great, but like Canopy can be played anytime. It's one of those records. You must be proud. You must be proud of that album, yeah?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Yeah, we are. Obviously,
we are.
but thanks for that. But I really don't know how this music I don't know what you say.
How it affects other people, how it hits others.
I don't know. In the story of our music,
yes,
Canopy is not the beginning.
Okay.
So for me, this album has immature sound. It was our first album released like that. It was an amazing recording
process of recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we at this time we didn't know well what we are, what we try to do exactly.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
And it's when we are the second album. I don't know how. It's too complex in English for me.
Okay.
Tu veux me le dire? Je le traduis.
Oui, non, c'est pour dire qu'en fait le son de cet album prend sa place en fait. Tu vois, dans l'histoire que raconte la musique de Silent Whale, et que du coup le fait que ça sonne un peu différent, un peu plus immature, a du sens dans l'histoire. Hein.
Ouais.
Tu vois?
Ouais. Okay. That says, Sylvain says that the process of recording was also really experimental, and that made the sound that Canopy has. But that finds a relevance in the global story. So with the Requiem, with the Architects in between, with what so the in a way the innocence, the naivety in a way of the first recording, created also some accidents that fed the rest of the project.
Yeah. Okay, I get you. I understand. Did the feedback from Canopy surprise you guys when it was released? Were you thinking, fuck, how do so many people love our music? Were you surprised by the reaction? Yeah,
really surprised, but in fact, the feedback was a lot of years after the release. So we released it in 2011, and I think we start to have a real feedback 5 years later, I think.
Okay.
So it was just complicated maybe to realize this kind of thing. So I think we realized our music touched people when I received a message from China for a tour in China. I think we released that at this moment.
There you go, China. I mean, coming out of the blue. Yeah, crazy stuff, isn't it? And you're not the first person to mention China as being a place where this style of music is really big. It seems to be really big. I know We Lost the Sea have the same feedback. Is it somewhere you'd like to go?
Together with Silent, to play with Silent, that's something surrealistic. And I think if we could have the possibility to re-go there, to live surely something totally different.
Exactly. Experience.
But for us, it was really a gift of life to live this. And I think really together, we have been as a band living a dream of a teenager a little bit. But we are on tour. That was beautiful. That is still beautiful. We still love to share about it.
Great memories.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, guys, before we go any further, I'm just going to play a track here for all those that are listening in. I've decided to pick a track from the Canopy album, lads, and it's Sweet Burning Melancholia. So everybody have a listen to this, enjoy, and experience Silent Whale for yourselves. There you have it. That Silent Whale Becomes a Dreams track called Sweet Burning Melancholia from their first album, Canopy. If you like that, you love everything these guys do. It's just immense music. It really is. So lads, moving on from Canopy, actually, Requiem was your next album. As you can see, I have it here on display. I have a couple of copies of it actually. Again, for me, this music just speaks volumes. You know, it's just soaring cinematic beauty. Like it's incredible stuff. Did you find writing Requiem easier than Canopy because of the experience you had before?
No.
Next question.
No, it was much more difficult.
Okay.
Not just the writing, but also all the process.
Yeah.
It takes to us maybe 7 years to the very beginning of the process until since the release of the album. So it was a long work.
Yeah.
And
a long road.
it's not an album unlike Canopy, where
a little bit blossoming, a little bit really more earthy. More laborious. And that's also a desire of Sylvain, I think. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the artwork for Requiem? What can you give me some idea of what the idea behind it was?
No. No. It's like it's another gift of life.
Was it from an artist that a friend of yours or something, or was it something you created yourself?
Absolutely not. No, it was a pure hazard.
Okay.
It's photography.
Okay.
I saw in the street.
Okay.
In Toulouse.
All right.
And when I saw this picture, I saw this is the Requiem. This is the Requiem. So we contacted the photographer.
Yeah.
And so on.
Brilliant. But it depicts the album. If you were to create a picture to match the music, I mean, you couldn't have found something better, Sylvain. I mean, it's dark enough to justify being called Requiem, if you know what I mean. It was perfect. It was perfect for the album.
I think.
You think, yeah. Were you all happy with the artwork? Was it anyone's decision specifically? Were you all happy to see it?
The photography, the artwork.
Yeah. Sorry, Mika, you froze on me. 2 seconds.
I
think this artwork is perfect for this second album.
Yeah,
because this album it's maybe more dark and with Elusive, Remo has worked really hard to create the stuff around this vinyl, and the result is maybe better than we could imagine.
Expected.
The packaging is incredible. It's a work of art in itself. No, not to mind the music. I mean, the artwork, the layout, the vinyl press, everything is just top notch. It really is.
Elusive stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
What can you say? Elusive never do anything wrong. Never do. So again, just like the question I asked you about Canopy, when you look back at Requiem, are you happy with everything that's on that album?
I think I'm already in. I don't think I am very comment dire que j'ai l'impression d'être encore dedans.
It still has the feeling to be inside Sylvain. Still has the feeling that he's in the matrix of the album.
Okay.
Maybe it's the same thing all the time. We need to create another stuff to get out of the precedent working.
Yeah. It's like it's another life. It's a life of its own. The album, really, isn't it? It's something just totally unique.
Yeah.
Like, well, I suppose did you know the direction you wanted to go with Requiem? Even I know you said it took maybe 5, 6, 7 years to get the record done.
So maybe 5 or 6 years to get out of the album. Yeah, it's a long process to create the music, and it's a long process for us to finish the adventure and beginning something else. It's very, very step by step,
Exactly. I mean, when something takes that long, when you talk about 5 years, was there ever a stage where you said, fuck it, I want to change this, I want to change that? Do you say, fuck it, 2 years ago? No, that wasn't the right idea.
Not so much.
Not so much. That's good. That's good. I suppose I want to talk about a bit of touring, lads, because I was lucky enough to see 3 years ago at Dunk.
Oh.
Which was an incredible experience, because I watched the show with a few friends of mine from the UK, and I've never seen so many grown men shed tears watching a show. It was one of those highly emotive gigs. The atmosphere, everything about it was just on point. Did you get that feeling on stage?
Definitely.
Yeah.
We really have the feeling that we were touched also on stage, and I guess we hope, we love the idea that that's something that people have also received, and then they gave back also. On stage we were conscious that we were happy.
Yeah.
I can say I only can say it like this. I have rarely been happy like this moment, I think.
Okay.
It was a beautiful happiness with the fragility of a life, with everything. But we were really conscious that we were living a special moment. Yeah.
It was a special moment. Yeah. Like, can you guys enjoy it? Can you enjoy the moment while you're up there, Damian? Like, can you play the music, take it all in, or is it concentration?
Yeah, it's complicated with this music, because play on stage is always maybe it's like a big whale. It's really complicated to give emotion and to stay focused on our instrument, and maybe the most important thing is stay focused between us in a band, and to share with the people, and to maybe to find the best way to translate, to share our emotion on stage. So technically it's always complicated to play and to have a perfect feeling in stage with this condition. It's we silent, we don't play really often, so when we are on stage it's always a special moment.
It is, yeah. It was a special moment for everybody there. I mean, I've spoken to so many people afterwards, and 3 bands that people kept on speaking about was yourselves, obviously, and A Swarm of the Sun, which was another amazing experience for me personally that year. But that show, I mean, your music is so technical in the sense that timing is critical, and that's why I asked the question: could you actually sit back and enjoy it, or are you so immersed in concentration that you can't take the moment in?
I think that's really this fragility that we are also looking for, because we are obliged, as you said, but the silence, there is also a lot of crescendo that's really alive, that's living at the moment almost, and we are obliged to find a sort of osmosis between us. So to be also really focused, but I think, I don't know, Damian, Sylvain for you, and Yaya, of course, Fredo for the sound. But we learned to accept and to love also this fragility.
Yeah.
It's a bit this line of, okay, I have to be focused, I have to interpret, but I also have to just to be sincerely here also, and to at one point not to be obsessed by the notes. It has to be there, it has to be played, but it has also to be real. That's really our challenge.
Exactly. There's that fine balance, I think, Mika, isn't there, between playing the music and feeling it, you know, because the way you set yourselves up on stage, you're all together, you're in a group, you're feeding off each other, which was a really nice thing to see. Have you looked back? Have you had any recordings that you can look back at and see that show?
Not really.
No?
No.
I think I have one or two clips. I might send them on, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll actually look for those for you. I suppose I'll be killed if I don't ask the next question, guys, about what's next for Silent Whale. I know you may not want to give too much away, but there is life there. Yeah.
Life on March. So I don't. Sylvain, you pick up. You answer.
Sylvain is left to you, and you're after freezing on purpose, I think.
But Sylvain, so we plan for 10 albums next year.
I have connection problem.
You've signed a record deal, have you guys, for 10 albums? Is that right, Mika? You said.
Yeah, totally. In 1 year, so we changed totally the setting of Silent, and we're gonna give 10 albums.
That's good. We'll take that. We'll take that.
Damian, we say something about what we are working at the moment. What is the plan?
Maybe we have we are working with Elusive directly to mark the end of our collaboration, because Elusive Sound finished his activity at the end of this year. So we are working around something, but nothing more. but I'm
not getting an exclusive here, Damian. Am I not?
No. But in I think in the next month, October, or I don't know, we have a re-edition of Canopy.
Okay. Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that's a consolation. That sounds like a consolation prize.
The first album in 2011, re-edition.
Yeah.
We always, what we can say about it is that we first we are the whale is also raising from the depth of the COVID years, so that slows down a process which is already slow for us, and we have a vivid desire to act something musically defining, I think, and that's not that we keep the information. Okay. But we really want to do things on good steps.
Yeah, but I suppose, Mika, I'm happy to hear that you're still active as a band and that it's not the end. There's more to come. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's as we said, we Silent the Whale has a lot of dreams, and that we have to create also discussion with our realities of life realities. But we love each other so much, and we love music so much that if our next album is at 65 years old, it's also going to be okay in a way. Since what link us is alive. That's really the most important for us. But yeah, I think we would like to have the possibility to continue to live what we have lived until now. But in which form, we have really no control on this.
Well, I hope Mika at 65 you can still hold a drumstick. Your hands haven't got arthritis.
Little bit arthrosis. That's going to be a little bit another even more mid-tempo.
Sort of like Lars Ulrich, is it? I suppose, guys, I want to take. I know you're all busy, guys, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to speak to me. So I have 3 questions, the 3 session questions that I would have sent you a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
So just for a bit of fun, guys, the first question I want to throw to you is, if you could walk into a recording studio and do a cover version of any track from any genre, any style of music, any decade, what would it be? I think we'll go with Sylvain first because you look like you have something in mind.
Not so much. I don't know.
Maybe individually or as Silent Whale. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's individually, of course, but maybe I wish I could try to do this in a piece of music like maybe Claude Debussy, something like classical music. In fact,
okay, yeah.
Le prélude à l'après-midi d'un faune, for example.
Right.
It's kind of music really inspire the band.
You don't have like to challenge yourself, Sylvain, do you?
Yeah, too big challenge for me.
It's a big challenge. It is a big challenge.
Obviously.
Mika, what about yourself? If you could record any track, a cover version, something, what would you do?
Well, that's going to be an answer of the moment, but I think I would like to enter the studio of Neurosis when they were recording Under the Surface, I think, and I would steal 2 drumsticks and something a little bit. I just would like to be with them at this moment, because that's still sweating everything, this, and that I find so pure that I would have loved just maybe to look at them recording this. Yeah.
Okay, interesting one. Yeah, interesting. Damian, yourself?
Yeah, well, for me, it's not actually, but I think maybe the track's name, The Forest, of The Cure.
The Cure. Oh, great track.
Yeah.
A great track. Yeah. I think Silent Whale could do an amazing job of that. Actually, that's an interesting one.
Pat, and you, please.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh man! Oh, I would.
That's I find interesting. Yeah,
it is interesting, but I suppose I go back to one of the album that influenced me the most in my life was a band called Anathema. They were a UK doom metal band back in 1993. So just to any track from the Serenades album, just to be part of that. Would blow my mind. Yeah, would absolutely blow my mind. So there you have it. Thanks for throwing that back at me, Mika.
No, thanks. Now, really authentically, I love to ask this question to a maximum of people. That gives also much more information than a lot of other questions.
Yeah, I get my like the doom metal of the 90s was huge for me musically. Again, it's all about emotion. It's dark. It's atmospheric. It tugs at the heartstrings. And again, that style of music and that idea and concept of music has carried me all the way through to what I listen to now. So, yeah,
that makes sense. Sense for okay.
Second question. And I better start thinking myself here.
Exactly.
If you could experience playing live on stage, guys, with any band from any time, who would it be? Sylvain, we'll go with you again first.
I have to say Mono.
Yeah.
I saw this band so much on stage. It's always magic.
It is magic, yeah. It is. They're incredible, incredible band. And any particular album or any particular track that you'd love to be a part of?
Maybe Yearning.
Okay.
Or The Flame Beyond the Cold Mountains.
Oh, nice. Jeez, yeah.
I love these tracks.
Beautiful tracks, really beautiful. And again, just the emotion in it and the power is something else. Yep. Damian, tell me if you could go on and play on stage with someone.
Oh, for me, it's an evidence because it's my teenager band, but I think it's one of the most favorite bands for me. It's Deftones, of course.
Okay, yeah, great stuff.
With on stage with Chino Moreno.
Of course,
with a lot of energy.
Mika, what about yourself?
Me, I will answer a French band which was called Noir Désir. And I would love to play a song with them on stage, which name is Tostaki. It is just really tense. It's really, and this French band at one point was just incarnating kind of in the 90s what the French rock could be really seriously, and still for me.
Okay, interesting one, interesting stuff. One more question, if you don't mind, lads. What was the last album you listened to before you came onto my podcast? Anyone?
For me, it's the Fragile 9 Inch Nails.
9 Inch Nails.
Yeah.
Sylvain or Damian, can you remember the last album you played?
For me, it was I don't know the name of the album. It's the last album of a man, Yom. It's a French clarinetist.
Okay.
And he played music, some pop music.
Pop music.
Yeah.
That's the first time I've heard the word pop music in a while now. There you go.
It's pretty good.
And Damian, tell me. For
me, it's because actually I'm maybe a little angry because I started a work today, and I listened the last album of Amen-Ra.
Of who? Sorry.
Amen-Ra.
Amen-Ra. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Get that adrenaline and anger out. Yeah.
That's Damian. That's really summerish. Really cool to drive with Amen-Ra. summer mindset.
Yeah.
Damian, maybe you were the reason why the traffic was so bad. I think was it? You were so angry.
Yeah.
Thanks for those questions. Thanks for the answers, guys. Thanks so much. And as that wraps it up, really. Again, I want to thank all three of you for coming on this show. Look, I know English isn't your first language, so I really appreciate you making the effort and taking the time out to do this with me. And again, I know this isn't something you do too often and too regularly, so I really, really appreciate this time you took out, lads. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Pat. It was really a pleasure to share this moment with you, and really we can celebrate all the work you do also to make
Thank you, Mika. Appreciate that.
This music alive.
Exactly. Let's keep it alive. That's exactly it. So Sylvain, Damian, and Mika, thanks again, guys. I can't wait to hear some new music in the future. Maybe when you're 65, Mika, we'll see. But look, I'll wait around. I'll wait.
We're gonna reflect.
Thank you so much, guys, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay.
Thanks to you, Pat.
That's it, guys. So that's it. That's a wrap. That Silent Wheel becomes a dream. And that's all I can say is go check out Canopy, go check out Requiem, and go down to Bandcamp, start purchasing their stuff. Thanks to Richie from the Metal Cell podcast, who edits and produces the show. And I hope to see you all in a couple of weeks' time. Take care. Cheers.